Just good to win.
All right, it says, what number were you in order of birth?
Third.
Number 3.
Yeah, number 3.
And who were you closest to of your brothers and sisters?
Shine and Sylvia.
So Shine was older than you, and
A year older.
Sylvia was?
Let's see, there was Clifton and Cheese, and then
How many years young?
Dudley. We're 10 years apart with Sylvia and I.
So she was much younger, but y'all were closer.
Yeah, close, but I was closer to Gloria than her. But then,
What is something you remember from your childhood? What's your earliest memory?
I think it was when Sean was older than me and he started the first grade. And I couldn't wait after school for him to bring me the Bob and Nancy book so I could read, not read, I could see.
The pictures, yeah.
And you know, in those days they didn't have a screen door. The doors were all open, and Mama, and I was 5, and Mama was baking a cake, a chocolate cake. So the chickens would come in and out like they wanted
In the
to.
house?
Yeah.
They're wrong. Free range.
And one day, Sean came in from school and I had his books. And we saw this chocolate drop on the floor. And when he came to pass his finger, I pushed him aside and chicken poo.
Ah!
Chicken poo. And I will never forget that as long as I live. And I was 5 because you couldn't go to school before 6 in those days. You know? That and my first communion. You see, Sean and I was always in competition for first place. And when we were in religion, he flunked that year, so he had to come with me, and we made our first communion together. So there was a lot of rivalry between the two of us. And he he came back, when we came back from confession, Mama says, 1 bed here and 1 in this bed. So not for us to argue, you know. And finally we made our first communion, but I remember that dress Mama had made for me. It was a sheer organza. And she had sent it, the skirt, to St. Martinsville to have it accordion pleated. And she, that dress I remember so vividly, like it was today. The most, I was 8, and Shine was 9, so I kept on teasing him. And the shoes, it was kind of point, beautiful white shoes with 2 little bells on top. Did I love that those shoes? And also, as I grew older, I watched her cooking, you know.
Oh, she cooked, yeah.
Yeah, I learned by just watching her cook. And when she made this combination roux plus tomato sauce for a courbillon, she said, now it's done, I'll put it aside. I said, why? To age it. Before, when that oil comes to the top, then you put your water and let it cook for about a couple of hours, I guess. And that was my courbillon recipe for life. And also, as I got way older and married, and when she got older, every time she'd wait till she ran out of a prescription. Sis, what, Mama? J'ai besoin de médecine. Maman, why didn't you let me know before, Mama? I just come back from town. But like Jackie said, it was the conservative in themselves, in that age, you know. No, but they didn't want to die with a bottle full of medicine.
Oh, man.
You see? That's what Jackie meant.
Yeah.
Oh, many things. And then one day she calls. I knew what she meant. Sis, I need some Equate.
Equate?
I said equate, and I knew what it was. Equate Tylenol, you know.
Oh, okay.
So she says, and I knew, but I kept. I said, Mama, I know, but what is it? Equate for my headache. So I said, okay, Ma, it's Tylenol. I would go to town and buy her Equate. Oh, she was something else. I often wondered why she had so much patience too. 9 children. I never saw that woman angry. Never. She was never angry. I said, I often wonder, during the week I was thinking, I said, how in the world could she have had so much patience, you know? But she did, and she survived.
Yeah.
And I was glad with the mother of I'll never forget when she fell sick. We weren't there. I had taken Glenn's children were with us. So Uncle Tineg says, let's pick up the kids and bring them to that casino in Marksville, and let them play because they had a play area for children. I says, okay. So I cooked lunch that day and brought it to Mama before I left. And when they called the Monday, was it the Monday? The Sunday night, I think, or the Monday, to tell us that they had to rush her to the hospital, Linda was the one that called and said she's not expected to live. So we had Glenn's boy and the little girl, Karina, and Artie. And on the way, I was crying all the way home. And he looked at me, Artie looked at me and said, "Ain't sis, but look at all the years you had with her." Oh, I says, what kind of wisdom is that? Mm-hmm. And he was how old when my mom died?
I don't know how many years.
In 97, he died. She died in 97.
Or he would have been 11.
August the 12th at 10 p.m., 10 a.m.
Yeah,
that she
morning,
died.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what about your father?
My father was strict, stubborn as a mule, hardworking, and we never starved. You know, we never were hungry at any time because he also liked to eat. And he passed that on to us. Because we all, when somebody's going to call and say, "Sis, I'm coming for lunch. What are you going to prepare?" I say, "Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to cook?" And that's all, it's all in us, you know. You have to get the food for the company. And all of us are like that.
When you went to school, did you go every day?
Just about, yeah. Just about.
And did you have to do, some of your brothers said that they would go to school maybe 3 days a week and then they'd have
Well,
to
you
work
see,
2 days a week?
you see this land? It was all cleared by 2 boys.
Cheese.
Cheese,
Cheese?
Pat and Sean,
Cheese, yeah.
the 2 oldest. I don't know if Cheese was,
Yeah, cheese helped out.
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he had or not.
And what do you miss about those days, old days?
Oh, when you think about the old days, how you wish you could go back, but it's impossible. You see, I think about the past, but I know it's impossible. It's just a memory, you know. But oftentimes I think about it, especially now with Uncle Tineg so sick all the time, you know. So.
And Eric, you're the oldest.
Yeah.
I'm the firstborn, grandchild born to the family, yeah.
What do you, when you first remember my mom and papa, where were they living?
By Mercy, by the levee, you know, by the bridge.
Yeah.
Across,
Oh, yeah.
The Gerard family. Gerard family.
Gerard.
Gerard. what I remember most was like during the holidays, Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom, she was like Mama said, she was a cook.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything in those days were either free range raised animals, chickens, pigs, and
Oh,
what
it
have
was
you, cattle.
natural.
And my mom, I can remember one weekend, I spent the weekend there. Remember, she get up in the morning with a bucket, going to the pen, a cow, and milking the cow, and then coming back, pasteurizing the milk, making butter, fresh eggs, fresh meat, ham, everything. Everything was fresh. And but the holidays were the things that I think most about was the holidays with the family, with the uncles and aunts, and my mom and her daughters cooking, preparing the meals, and it was something very special for me for that, and I enjoyed that really that much. Really.
And Glenn, how would you describe my mom?
My mom?
Yeah.
Very loving, caring individual, very religious, and just a calm spirit, quiet soul, just very loving, caring, especially about all her children and grandchildren. So I admire that most about her.
What would you do when you would go visit?
Well, typically we had a lot of grandkids, our cousins, and you know, we would just hang out, either play out in the field or had some organized sports of some kind. And I remember around Easter, we'd do Easter egg hunts, put Easter eggs all over the yard, in the cars, tailpipes, whatever. That was fun. And what I really enjoyed, believe it or not, even as a kid, was the food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The variety of food. There usually was barbecue, which like T-Neg Blanchard, he was a real good
Cook.
barbecuer, and enjoyed that food a lot. And I always came away just full, just real good eating. I remember one time when I went to a reunion with everybody, I came back at 6 and started watching the Disney Channel, or Walt Disney World, or whatever.
Yeah, the old
At
Disney.
6:30. I slept from 7 right after the show until 7 the next morning. That's how tired I was from playing with all the kids. And that was the older generation of cousins.
Yeah.
Maybe half a generation older than you guys. So. But yeah, that's what I remember about my mom, and she just loved everybody, and a very nice person.
She was aptly named Angela because she was an angel.
Yeah.
She was an angel.
She was the center of the Theriot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Papa,
Oh.
he was the headmaster, but my mom was the one that really calmed everybody around her. And I mentioned about her cooking. Very
Tops.
excellent. But the most that I remember was her baked pork ribs. Wow, that was so good. I mean, she knew how to prepare it and bake it in the oven, and man, it was so good.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if Mama picked up that recipe from my mom, but that's one thing I miss about her was her cooking. And but like my brother said, Mama said, she was the soul of the family. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was,
She was the soul, the character, and everything for this family.
Any other?
Well, they don't remember.
No, they don't. They're
Do
too
you?
young.
No.
Me. I remember when Eric and I were both dating, and when we first got married, was going on when I come home on the weekends with them and visit, and we would go out to the house by the bridge, Bayou Mercer, I guess.
Yeah.
Sitting on the front porch a lot of times, and everybody was just gathered around there, some in the yard, some on the front porch and all that, and just visiting. And I laughed with people. I said, for Pop like me, oh Pop, because I didn't know this until about 10 years after I was married, that he never went to weddings, and I couldn't understand why everybody was so surprised he came to our wedding in Colfax. Up there, and it's like I never understood. Everybody was so surprised, and then 10 years later, I learned that he didn't go to the weddings for his family, but only one. I think your mom and dad. He went to their wedding, but he provided a big reception, from what I understand, didn't he? For the oh no, okay,
No, that was because of me. That wasn't because of you.
it was. But anyway, I just remember them being in the country, and my mom being the sweet, sweet lady, like they were saying, you know. And,
They don't have another one like her.
And like I said, I was 18, I guess, when I came into the family there. 19 when we got married. So
Good memories.
to memories, yes.
All right.
That's it.
It's a
All
wrap.
right, man.
The interview's over.
You did well, Deborah.
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't ask Papa.
Oh, poor Papa. Gotta be wait. This one wants it too. She was running in.